Some people train for years and never understand why their shoulders grow, their arms get defined, but their back stays the same. The problem isn't effort, it's focusing on the wrong target. If you really want a wide back, you need to activate the right muscles the right way. I made the same mistake for years, copying workouts from magazines and videos without understanding the mechanics behind them. When I discovered the importance of scapular depression and elbow path, everything changed. It was the first time I truly felt my lats working, and results came fast. In this video, I'll guide you through a simple method using just 2 exercises, with subtle adjustments that make all the difference. These are details 90% of people ignore, but they're what separate an average physique from an impressive one. And if you're really committed to your progress, I have an exclusive guide we developed especially for you. Today it's available with limited access, so pay close attention to every step because this will take your training to the next level. When most people decide they want a wider back, what's the first exercise they do? They walk over to the lat pull-down machine, grab the bar as wide as they possibly can, and start pulling. The logic seems simple. A wide grip should build a wide back. It feels intuitive, and you see a lot of people in the gym doing it. However, this is one of the biggest and most common training mistakes that holds people back from seeing real results. While wide grip pull-downs and pull-ups do work your back, they are not the most effective way to target the specific muscle fibers that create that impressive V-taper. Let's break down the science in simple terms. Your back is made up of several muscles, but the lats are the primary drivers of width. The lats themselves have different fibers that run in different directions. The upper fibers of the lats are best targeted when your arms are out wide. However, it's the lower fibers of your lats that have the most potential for growth and contribute the most to that sweeping look that makes your back appear incredibly wide from top to bottom. When you use an extremely wide grip, you limit your range of motion and shift the focus away from these crucial lower lat fibers, placing more stress on other smaller muscles like the teres major. Think about the path your elbows travel during a wide grip pull down. They move out to your sides, not down towards your hips. This movement pattern primarily engages the upper back muscles, which are important for thickness, but not for the width we are aiming for. You might feel a burn in your back, but you are not stimulating the powerhouse part of your lats responsible for growth. This is why so many people can do wide grip pull-downs for years without ever achieving that dramatic V-taper. They are simply training the wrong part of the muscle for their specific goal. To make it even clearer, imagine your lat muscle is a giant fan-shaped sheet. The fibers at the bottom of that fan are the ones we want to pull on the most. To do that, we need to bring our elbows from a high position down and close to our sides, almost like we are trying to tuck them into our back pockets. A very wide grip makes this movement physically impossible. You are essentially cutting the exercise short and missing out on the most productive part of the repetition. It's time to unlearn this common gym myth and embrace a more effective, science-backed approach. So, if a wide grip isn't the answer, what is? The secret to truly targeting those lower lat fibers and unlocking maximum width is to bring your grip in. By using a narrower grip, around shoulder width, or even slightly closer, you fundamentally change the mechanics of the exercise. This simple adjustment allows your arms to travel through a much longer and more effective range of motion. Instead of your elbows flaring out to the sides, a narrower grip lets you pull your elbows down and in towards your torso. This movement path directly aligns with the direction of those lower lat fibers, placing them under maximum tension. This isn't just a theory, it's proven by biomechanics and practiced by the best in the world. If you look at the training footage of many elite bodybuilders, you'll notice that when their goal is pure lat development, they often favor a closer, underhand or neutral grip for their pull-downs and pull-ups. They understand that this technique allows them to drive their elbows down further, achieving a deeper and more powerful contraction in the lats. They are not just moving weight, they are strategically targeting the exact muscle fibers that will give them that competitive edge and jaw-dropping back width. It's a lesson that every beginner should learn early on. Let's visualize this. Stand up and raise your arms straight above your head as if you were about to do a pull-down. Now, imagine pulling your elbows straight down and trying to squeeze them into your sides. Feel that muscle under your armpit and along the side of your back engage? That is your latissimus dorsi doing its job. This is the exact feeling you want to replicate during your exercise. A narrow or underhand grip facilitates this natural line of pull perfectly, turning the movement from a general upper back exercise into a precision tool for building massive lats. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need a fancy new machine or a complicated technique. All you need to do is adjust your hand placement on the bar you are already using. By making this small change, you are putting your lats in the driver's seat. You'll be able to use a full range of motion, get a better stretch at the top of the movement, and achieve a much stronger peak contraction at the bottom. This translates to more muscle fiber recruitment, more growth stimulus, and ultimately a much wider back over time. Our first exercise is the cornerstone of any great back building program, a vertical pulling movement. Your two best options here are the narrow grip pull-up, or if you can't do pull-ups yet, the narrow grip lat pull-down. Both exercises work the same movement pattern and target the lats in the same superior way. The only difference is whether you are pulling your body up to a bar or pulling a bar down to your body. The key is to use a grip that is about shoulder width apart. You can use an underhand grip, palms facing you, also known as a chin-up grip, or a neutral grip, with palms facing each other, as both are excellent for lat activation. Let's walk through the lat pull-down first, as it's more accessible for beginners. Sit at the lat pull-down machine and adjust the knee pad so your legs are locked in securely. Grab the bar with an underhand grip about shoulder width apart, lean back just slightly, maybe about 10 to 15 degrees, and keep your chest up. This is your starting position. Before you even start pulling with your arms, think about initiating the movement by pulling your shoulder blades down. Then drive your elbows down and in towards your sides, pulling the bar towards your upper chest. Focus on squeezing your lats as hard as you can at the bottom of the movement. Once you've reached the bottom and squeezed your lats, control the weight as you let it back up. Don't just let the stack crash down. A slow, controlled negative, the upward phase, is just as important for muscle growth as the pull itself. Allow your arms to extend fully at the top, feeling a deep stretch in your lats before you begin the next repetition. This full range of motion from a full stretch to a full contraction is what will stimulate the most muscle fibers and lead to the best possible results. Remember, the goal is not to lift the heaviest weight possible with bad form, it's to control a challenging weight through perfect form. For those who are more advanced and can perform pull-ups, the same principles apply. Grab a pull-up bar with a shoulder-width underhand grip. Hang from the bar with your arms fully extended to stretch the lats. Initiate the pull by depressing your shoulder blades, then drive your elbows down towards the floor to pull your chest up to the bar. At the top, focus on that powerful lat squeeze. Then, lower yourself back down slowly and under control until your arms are straight again. This is a challenging exercise, but it is one of the single best back builders you can possibly do. To truly get the most out of your pull-ups or pull-downs, you need to master a small but critical technique called scapular depression. This might sound complicated, but honestly, it's actually a very simple concept. It means pulling your shoulder blades, your scapulae, down before you start bending your arms. Most people, make the mistake of initiating the pull with their biceps and forearms, which ends up turning a powerful back exercise into a less effective arm exercise. By focusing on scapular depression first, you ensure that your lats are the primary movers right from the very beginning of the repetition. And honestly, this is the secret to feeling your back work like never before. Here's a simple way to practice and really feel this movement. Sit or stand with your arms extended straight out in front of you or overhead. Now, without bending your elbows at all, try to pull your shoulders down, away from your ears. Imagine you're trying to slide your shoulder blades down into your back pockets. You should feel the large muscles under your armpits tense up. That is scapular depression. This small movement is exactly what should happen in the split second before you start pulling the bar down or pulling your body up. It sort of turns on your lats and prepares them to do the heavy lifting. Let's apply this directly to the lat pull down. When you are at the top of the movement with your arms extended, you should feel a stretch in your lats, and your shoulders will be slightly elevated towards your ears. Before you even think about pulling with your hands, perform that scapular depression. Pull your shoulders down. You'll actually see the bar move down an inch or two without you even bending your elbows. Now that your lats are engaged, you can continue the movement by driving your elbows down to complete the rep. This two-step process, shoulders down then elbows down, is really the key to perfect form. Mastering this technique will be a game changer for your back development. It turns the exercise from a mindless pull into a deliberate and targeted contraction of your lats. At first, you might need to use a lighter weight to get the hang of it, and that's perfectly fine. The goal is always quality over quantity. Once you can consistently initiate every single rep with scapular depression, you'll build a much stronger mind-muscle connection with your back, leading to significantly better muscle activation and, as a result, faster and more noticeable growth in your V-taper. What if you don't have access to a fancy gym with a lat pull-down machine? Well, don't worry. You can still build an impressive back from the comfort of your own home. The most valuable piece of equipment you can invest in is a simple doorway pull-up bar. They're inexpensive, easy to install, and honestly they unlock the single most effective back-building exercise, the pull-up. As we've discussed, performing pull-ups with a shoulder width or underhand grip is a fantastic way to target those lower lats and build incredible width. If you can't do a full pull-up yet, there are loads of ways to work up to it. One great method is using resistance bands. You can loop a heavy-duty resistance band over the pull-up bar and place your foot or knee in it. The band will provide assistance, reducing the amount of your own body weight you have to lift, and making the exercise more manageable. As you get stronger, you can use lighter bands until you no longer need any assistance at all. Another excellent progression is performing negative pull-ups. To do this, you can use a chair to get your chin over the bar, and then focus on lowering yourself down as slowly and controllably as possible. This builds the eccentric strength needed for the full movement. If a pull-up bar isn't an option, you can still get creative. Another great home exercise is the towel row or bedsheet row. You can do this by tying a large knot in the end of a towel or bedsheet, tossing it over the top of a sturdy door, and closing the door securely so the knot acts as an anchor. Now you have a makeshift suspension trainer. Grab the ends of the towel, lean back until your arms are straight, and pull your chest towards your hands, squeezing your back muscles. The further you place your feet towards the door, the more challenging the exercise will become. Don't underestimate the power of body weight and simple tools. The key is consistent effort and proper form. Whether you are using a pull-up bar, resistance bands, or a bed sheet, the fundamental principles remain the same. Focus on pulling with your elbows, depressing your shoulder blades, and squeezing your lats on every single repetition. A lack of gym equipment is not an excuse to neglect your back training. With a little bit of ingenuity and a lot of dedication, you can build a powerful and wide back without ever leaving your house. Our second exercise moves from a vertical pull to a horizontal pull, but with a specific twist. We're going to use a high to low angled row. This movement is incredibly effective because it complements the narrow grip pull-down perfectly. While the pull-down targets the lats from an overhead position, the angled row targets them from the front, allowing you to get an even deeper and more forceful contraction in those crucial lower lat fibers. This combination is the ultimate 1-2 punch for building a wide back. The goal is to set up an anchor point that is higher than your waist, so you are pulling down and back towards your hips. The best way to do this in a gym is with a cable machine. Set a pulley to about chest height and attach a D-handle. Grab the handle with one arm and take a step or two back. Stagger your feet for balance and lean your torso forward slightly, keeping your back straight. Let your arm extend forward and up towards the pulley, feeling a good stretch in your lat. This is your starting position. From here, drive your elbow down and back, imagining you are trying to put your elbow into your back pocket. Keep your elbow tucked close to your body throughout the entire movement. Squeeze your lat hard at the peak contraction. If you don't have access to a cable machine, you can replicate this exact movement with a single dumbbell. This is called a dumbbell row, but we will modify it to get that high to low angle. Place one knee and the same side hand on a flat bench for support. Your back should be flat and parallel to the floor. Hold a dumbbell in the opposite hand with your arm hanging straight down. Instead of just pulling the dumbbell straight up to your chest, think about pulling it back in an arc towards your hip. This arcing motion changes the line of pull and engages the lats much more effectively than a standard up and down row. The key to making this exercise work is the angle. You are not pulling straight back, you are pulling high to low. Think about the path your hand travels. It should start out in front of your shoulder and finish back by your hip. This specific movement pattern is what makes this row variation so special for lat development. It allows for an incredible stretch at the start of the rep and a powerful deep contraction at the end. By adding this exercise to your routine, you are hitting your lats from a different direction, ensuring complete development and maximizing your potential for building that impressive V-taper.